Okay guys, there's Al. This is us. A half hour before the wool walk. Getting ready. I'm walking really fast, so I hope you're not getting sick. Look at my pretty windows. Jim and I did them last night. Oh, can I show you what Jamie did? She's such a jerk. Look what she did. Look at her sheep. Oh my gosh. Oh, and her vines. Whatever. Jamie, work of art. Everything she does is a work of art. And now that I'm walking around, I should put this away, because look, I have Mitchell Creations holes I've got to refill. All right, kids.
When you live in a house forever, you don't notice things.
I do.
It all becomes glaring at once, and you want to get it all done. That's what Okay, guys, love you all.
Oh, rats. She was telling you guys she loves you all. I just hung up on her. Well, not hung up. It's her Periscope. Hey, 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 pals. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to Frame and Fiber. Although I am coming to you from my house this time instead of my shop. So I am Paige the Framer, your host. Actually, I'm Paige Miller, your host. I am known as Paige the Framer on Instagram and Ravelry. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. You can follow along with me on Instagram and Ravelry to keep up with what's happening here. Comment below if you'd like to say hi or have any questions or comments about this episode. So like I said, welcome to Frame and Fiber. Frame and Fiber is my local picture framing and yarn shop in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So if you ever find yourself at the Jersey Shore, please stop in and say hi. I'd love to meet you. So it's the morning. It's around 8 o'clock this morning. I've had 1 cup of coffee, so I'm not too hyper. Thinking maybe I need to meet with you guys in the mornings. Usually I record episodes in the afternoon, and I always hit a wall in the afternoon, and it just seems like maybe the mornings would be better because I have more energy. I wish I could have 2 mornings a day. If I could have 2 mornings a day, I think I would, I would love that. So, today is April 24th, 2019. It is 2 weeks since the New Jersey Wool Walk. 2 weeks? Yeah, we're coming up almost on 3 weeks. So, I'm here in New Jersey, and the beginning of April we as in 20 yarn shops across the state of New Jersey, hosted a yarn crawl. We call it a wool walk, the New Jersey Wool Walk. And I had a lot of things planned. If you would like to hear about all of the trunk shows, all the trunk shows that I hosted for the New Jersey Wool Walk, I will insert a little I right up there someplace for you to see the last episode, or just X out of here and go look at the other episode. You'll see in detail a lot of the trunk shows that I hosted. But I also did other things. I had raffles and prizes, which you guys, if you watched last episode, know that I'll be announcing a winner of a giveaway. I wanted to have some wool walk fun with you guys too, even if you couldn't be at the wool walk because you're not local to me. So I will announce that a little bit later. See, I am a little bit wired, aren't I? Let's see what else. So yeah, the wool walk was phenomenal. Legacy Fiber Arts for the second year in a row. Sue and Chelsea sent me a big old box of their yarn, including my custom colorway, which is Sea Urchin. I do have some more of that left. I actually ordered enough this time. Last wool walk I did not order enough. Yeah, I have a bunch of it left, so if you guys are interested, hit me up. Miss Natalie of Remembrance's Pottery had a trunk show at my shop too, and all of her mugs were, she had a lot of mugs at my shop and most of them sold out. There are a few left, so if you are interested, get in touch with me and we can talk about that as well. But she also was at my shop and she stayed with me, as in this house, in this room. This was her little guest room for the 4 days that she was with me. Can I just tell you guys how lovely it was to spend time with her in real life? It was really cool. She flew all the way here from Canada. I want to say Petrolia, but nope, that's not her town. Her town is Sarnia. She came all the way here, and which made me feel love instantly that she wanted to come here. But there was one moment in the evening after one of our very long days at the shop of chatting and gabbing and having a great old time with all of the visitors. So many of you came to see her, so thank you for showing her so much love. But we were sitting in my living room, just kind of chilling out. And I remember looking over at her and just thinking, oh my gosh, Natalie's in my house on my couch. It was really lovely. I was very sad to see her go. So yeah, Natalie was there. And of course, she's one of the most generous human beings on the planet. When I say generous, it's not just that she gives me things, but she makes me things. Like that, it's the time that she gives to me that is so overwhelming. And I just could never, I can't thank her enough. So can I show you guys what she made for me and Paul Miller? She made 2 mugs, matching mugs for Paul Miller and I. So I am a pretty avid, I was a pretty avid hiker and kayaker. Hiking and kayaking are 2 of my favorite things. And this right here is a little lake with the piney woods and my kayaks. And then over here, and when I say I hike, I camp out on trails with Paul Miller in hammocks. Minimalist, as minimal as possible. The amount of stuff that I can carry on my back goes with me. So hammocks, that's the way I roll in the woods. But she made me the most special mug, and Paul Miller has one. So I can't wait for this. Miller's almost finished building, and I'll show you guys. He's building us things, posts in my backyard so we can hang our hammocks over our deck to sleep outside. And we'll be drinking from our hammock mugs. So thank you, Natalie. This was the best. It's just water, I promise. No more coffee for me. One cup. Yeah, so Natalie was here on Saturday of the wool walk. I had tons of visitors and it was beyond what I could have hoped for. So thank you all for showing up and supporting. Thank you, Sue and Dave Stokes, for driving all the way down from Connecticut to be at the shop on Saturday and get to meet all of the people. It was really lovely. There was a lot of laughter on Saturday. Saturday just seemed like a really big and long party. So Sue and Dave were there, which was nice. A lot of you got to meet Sue Stokes and Dave Stokes, which you'll get to meet her again, or them again, in a week and a half, 2 weeks, at Maryland Sheep and Wool, specifically at Needles Up, which is the day before on the 3rd, that Friday. So more about that later on when I show you what I've been working on for Needles Up. So yeah, Denise and Carolyn. Denise is Earth Tones Girl. She's the host of the Earth Tones Girl podcast. And Carolyn, who is the creator behind Bloom Handmade Studios. Both of those names check out on Instagram and be inspired. They came down as well, and my dear Gigi and Shelby, Gigi made it, and her daughter Shelby Monet, they drove down as well. And when I say down, everyone's a lot more north than me, at least an hour. I think Gigi and Shelby are about an hour and 10 minutes away. And then Carolyn had a trunk show. I want to say it's a trunk show at Chelsea Yarns for the Wool Walk. And she and Denise, who live in Westchester area of New York, they drove down for that. And they came to my shop on Saturday with a bunch of my local friends. I didn't get any video, which I do want to apologize to you guys, because I have all kinds of things happening around me all the time. And I think it would be great for you to see these things. I just, in the moment, have a really hard time picking up the camera. I still, even though I've been podcasting now for over a year and a half, I still am not comfortable taking out my video camera in public and videoing all of the things. I have a selfie stick and I feel like a big dummy when I use it. I need to get over that, because you guys need to see the fun that is happening in this yarny community here that we've created in this small area of my part of the world. So yeah, because Saturday night I hosted this lovely dinner at the shop right after the Wool Walk goes over. When I say hosted, I mean I had food brought in from a local catering company, Loveland Town Grocery. If you're local, check them out. And we just threw tables together, threw plates and utensils on the table, and just all sat around and chatted. So it was really informal and not fancy in any way, although the food was fancy. But it was really lovely, and I think it would have been a great opportunity to show some vlogging information. Vlogging? Yeah, vlogging video. So I did not do that, and I apologize. You know, my faraway friends came in. Oh, and Liz Zimmerman. Oh my gosh, how do I forget Liz Zimmerman? Liz. She was there as well. She drove in from Pennsylvania, which is about a 2-hour drive. So the fact that you guys and you guys who came into the Wool Walk to be at the store, driving that far, I feel love. I feel major love. So yeah, we had a great time. My girls from the cocktail hour at the Coop were there as well. I can't think of who else to tell you. On Instagram, all of my Monday morning knitters were there. You know who you are. It was lovely. So can you tell? I had a great Wool Walk this year. Yeah, enough recap on the Wool Walk. I think that's all you need to know. All right, a couple things to just run by you really quick. Like I said, today's the 24th. This Saturday, oh, it's the 25th. Thursday, Friday, yeah. Anyway, sorry, it's Thursday. This Saturday is local yarn shop day. So if you are lucky to have a local yarn shop, I know there's a lot of you out there who have gotten in touch with me to say, I'm your local yarn shop. Not funny, I shouldn't laugh. I laugh all the time and people think I'm laughing at them, and I'm totally not. But yeah, it's local yarn shop day, and this Saturday. So stop in and show some love to your local yarn store. I am I'm doing a few little things for local yarn shop day. But to be quite frank, I'm still a little bit weary from the Wool Walk, so it's not a big to-do. I am offering up the new Casapinka magical, what is she calling it? Oh shoot, I'll figure it out and I'll put a little picture in here too. Magical timing, anyway, Casapinka this is the second year in a row that she has designed a shawl for local yarn shop day specifically. And it is basically you as the knitter, well, this is a knitter, it's a knitting pattern, visit your local yarn shop if they're participating, which I am. And if you buy the yarn for the pattern, she will give you the pattern for free. And I have codes for, she gives us codes to give to you. So, why am I out of breath? It's because I'm rambling like a maniac right now. Holy moly. Should I just start over? I should just start over. I'm just kidding, I'm not starting over. You'll have to deal with Spazzy Paige today. Okay, so the Casapinka shawl, I'll have that at the shop. I'll have kits for that. I will have snacks, of course. I will have a raffle, of course, because you guys know I love to give prizes away. What else will I have? I said snacks, kits, and I'll have some discounted yarn as well. So it'll be good if you're local, pop on in, say hey. I'm not expecting it to be a wild and crazy Saturday, so I think I will have the table set up for you guys to knit at. So if you'd like to come by on Saturday and sit and knit, feel free to do it. So that's local yarn shop day. And obviously if you're not close to me, visit your local yarn shop, because I'm sure they're doing something to make it fun and special. Okay, next, Mother's Day is coming up. Well, I'm skipping ahead to Mother's Day. I'm skipping over Needles Up and Maryland Sheep and Wool. We'll talk about that in a minute. Mother's Day, I want to mention, because if you are local, or even if you're not, if you're someone who does shop with me on the interwebs, I am doing, you may have seen this on Instagram, I put up a post about coming into the shop and filling out your Mother's Day wish list. And that is for you, the knitter, the crocheter, the weaver, the fiber artist, even if you're a picture framing customer, it's for you guys for Mother's Day to come in with your wish list. Come in, make your wish list, and I'll hold it for you. And then your family members, whoever may be shopping for you, can come in and grab your list and buy you the things that you are hoping for. And they, your shoppers, if they shop from your list, they will receive 15% off their purchase. So I think that's kind of fun. I think it's fun. So come on in before Mother's Day. So that's in 3 weeks. So make sure you pop in within the next week or so that your family members have time to shop. Yeah. Okay, that's it, right? Yes, we'll walk recap. Check. Mother's Day wish list? Check. Check, check, check. All of these things. I'm leaving some of them off because I realize I don't need to tell you guys all of this stuff. And I have on my notes too to tell you about the summer stitch along, but I think I'm going to leave that for further along in this episode. Okay, so let's go and talk about Maryland Sheep and Wool and Needles Up. So Needles Up is next weekend, next Friday, oh my gosh, yeah, next Friday. Woo! May 3rd, and then May 2nd. Yes, May 3rd. And then Maryland Sheep and Wool is that weekend, the 4th and the 5th. So if you are in the Maryland area, or you are coming in to the Maryland area for the show, and you can come in a day early, stop in at Needles Up and come say hi. Check out legacyfiberarts.com for more information about Needles Up. Excuse me. Hi, Spike. And then let's see. There you can see who all of the vendors are, including little old me. I think it's pretty cool that Sue and Chelsea have included me in their list of makers for this shopping experience. It's a boutique show, so it's basically a pop-up shop with a ton of vendors. There's a half a dozen vendors, and yeah, it's going to be lovely. So stop in and see us at Needles Up. All the information, like I said, you can find out at legacyfiberarts.com. But I will be selling my photo frames and my photo mats that I make using fabric. So it's scrap fabric that I buy from Jody Brown, who makes the Mrs. Brown's bags. And the reason why I buy her scraps is because she has a ton of knitted fabrics. So it's knitted swatches that she and a friend make, and then they photograph them and they put them on fabric, which is really cool. And then she makes her knitting project bags out of them. And you can't really find fabric like this on the interwebs. I've looked on Spoonflower and there was like 2 options. Jody has a ton of options. And so I contacted her, asked her if I could buy scraps from her, and she agreed, and here we go. So I have been working like a little mad woman trying to get these done. Aren't they pretty? Let's see, can I do, oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna sit back so you can see it. All right, so that is, I have about several of each kind. So the bummer part, oh, that's the back. The bummer about, they're not really focusing because of, you can see, so it's focusing on me and not the mat, but, so because I buy scraps to make these, there's a couple of things that I'm not in control of. One is what styles I'm going to get, what colors I'm going to get, how much of it, and then also the size of the fabric. So a lot of the fabric, these take me a little bit longer to make than an average fabric wrapped mat because I have to miter. Let's see if I can get that to focus so you can see. So I have to miter these corners, and yeah, it's a little bit of a, it takes longer. It's a little bit more labor intensive than others like this one, which was big enough where I don't have to miter the corners. And so you can see that it's just the piece of fabric that I then cut the hole. And so because it's not mitered, it's easier. And I was able to use this scrap in this way because the seam, so it's a square block that Jody takes a photograph of, and then they print it on fabric, which I guess fabric is 40 inches wide. So they have to repeat, they have to block and piece the pattern, the swatch, the photograph together. And so you get these seams where they meet. You can't really see it on this one in particular, so I'm able to use this without mitering. So there's 1, 2. This is really cool fabric. Some of the fabrics are different from each other too. That's fun. I think I already showed you this one. Oh no, I didn't. That one's cool. I love this one. So this is a sampling of some of the colors. This is one of my favorites that I will be selling at Needles Up. I will have several of each style, but like I said, or I think I said, maybe I didn't say it, I'm not in control of how much I can make. It depends on what Jody sends me, and she literally, I'm like, she just puts it in a priority box and sends me whatever she has. So that's why I can't really do requests. And then I do have some fabric that I did buy from Spoonflower that are making oriented, knitting specifically. So I have little mats like this. Pretty cute. It's again a 4x6 opening just like this, but I offset it so that way you can see more of the novelty fabric. And I just brought 2 of these home to show you. So this is socks. Socks. And we've got alpaca. Yep, I should probably give one of these to Cocktail Hour at the Coop, don't you think? Being that they are my local alpaca farm. So that is what I've been working on for Needles Up. And I do have a lot more to do in the next week. I think I was so focused on getting ready for the wool walk that I wasn't planning ahead. So next year I'll learn, and I will do a lot of this prepping before the wool walk, so I can fit everything in and not be a maniac between the two events. So if you guys watched Cocktail Hour at the Coop, Liz and Leanne just did a video on their tricks and tips for Maryland's sheep and wool. I would recommend going and visiting their YouTube channel, Cocktail Hour at the Coop, and watching that video. No point in me doing a Maryland tips and tricks because, well, one, I'm not organized enough to do that. I didn't plan ahead for that one either, but they did a great job, and yeah, you should just go watch their video. But they did mention that they're doing a podcaster meetup at 1:30 on Saturday, right at the 4-H building, which go watch their episode and they will explain to you where it is. But and maybe I'll link to Instagram. I feel like maybe they did a post on Instagram, and maybe I'll repost that so you guys can see it there. So check out Cocktail Hour at the Coop, and if you're going to be at Maryland and you see me walking around or you come to the podcaster meetup, please say hi. I would love to meet you. Okay, that's Maryland. That's Needles Up. Holy mackerel, it's coming up soon. Before I go into any knitting, I wanted to announce the giveaway winner. So last episode I asked you guys, I wanted to include you in the Wool Walk fun, so I asked you to go look at Mitchell's Creations Etsy page and thumb through and look at her colors and let me know which colorway you loved. So thank you guys for commenting and checking out Tara's website. I never want to make these giveaways anything where you have to like jump through hoops. And I want to give something away, so I don't want you to do so much work that you have to earn the giveaway. It's for fun. But when it comes to supporting my friends and just maybe sharing someone new with you guys, I'm definitely gonna do it. And if that means then I can also do a giveaway at the same time, pretty cool. So the winner of this giveaway is Nicole Acuna, A-C-U-N-A. Nicole commented that she loved the Pixie Dust colorway on the mohair base. And I do have to say, that's a pretty beautiful one. I didn't see Pixie Dust on mohair in person, but I did see Pixie Dust on an 80-20. I think it's 80-20 or it's a 75-25. Anyways, sock base, and it was honking beautiful. I think I sold out of it, but it was beautiful while it lasted. So Nicole, this is your prize. This lovely bag from Seashore Sharon. Sharon gave me a bunch of bags a while back that she had made, and I've given a bunch away to some friends in the local area, but I have a couple left and I thought it'd be fun to share them with you guys. And she was there at the Wool Walk too, so that's kind of fun. You get a Seashore Sharon bag. And then we've got a button from Dear Natalie of Remembrances Pottery. So you get one of her buttons. You get a frame and fiber enamel pin. So, Nicole, congratulations. Get in touch with me. Please message me on Instagram or go to Frame and Fiber and you can send me an email. It's paigetheframer@gmail.com. So either one of those ways, please get in touch so I can get this prize out to you. Okay. Next, shall we talk about some knitting and what I've been knitting lately? Where's my knitting? Knitting, knitting, knitting. Have you guys been paying attention to, or do you follow, I'm sure you do, Mars, who is Hey Brown Berry on the Instagram and the Ravelries? She released a few weeks ago a new pattern. It's called the Ritual Shawl. And I cast that on. And I cast it on using some natural dyed yarn made by Mars and her daughter, Adachi. I'm in the middle of a row. Yes, row, sorry. It looks like a round, but it's not. I'm just in the middle. So it's a really lovely gray taupe color. I don't remember what the fiber oh yes I do. Fiber content is 50 silk, 50 wool. It is scrumptious, luxurious yarn. The sheen on this yarn is incredible. I guess you can't really see it. So it's the Ritual Shawl. It's a traditional it's a garter tab cast on and triangle shawl. And sorry, in Mars's last episode of the Hey Brown Berry podcast, she explained why she called it the Ritual Shawl and some of her reasons for writing the pattern. So I'm using this shawl, the Ritual Shawl, for I should say I'm knitting this with a whole bunch of different reasons. One is because I had this yarn made by Mars, so I thought it would be fun to do one of her patterns with it. And last year, she and Kelly of the Celtic Cast On, was it last year or the year before? They started their company called Makers Merch. They sell enamel pins and project bags. And I bought one of their project bags. This is the Makers Merch project bag. So this is my Mars Fest project. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. So it's kind of fun. So it's the Ritual Shawl. It's all about, I mean, ritual in my mind is more of like a methodical kind of everyday discipline. So this is not necessarily ritual that way, but I feel like it's fitting. It's all of my Mars stuff, all of my Mars, you know, all the love. I get to think about Mars while I'm doing this. And then the other thing too is Mars is always encouraging us to learn and, you know, step outside our comfort zones in a safe way with each other, you know, help each other along the way. And so I thought it would be cool to teach myself how to throw. I am a continental knitter. I pick, and I am also a picture framer who's left-handed. So continental knitting, you hold the yarn to tension it in your left hand. So I do a lot of things left-handed. I cut my mats at the shop left-handed. I knit left-handed. So it's all of that. And lately, I've been having some, I don't want to say pain. It's more like an ache, a weakness, a tiredness in my shoulder and my wrist, my left hand. So being that most of the beginning of this shawl is stockinette, I thought it would be a good way to teach myself to get comfortable with and relaxed with traditional style knitting of throwing. So you can see that I'm practicing, and you can see where I'm rowing out. I can show you the back if you want to see where I'm really. So you can see it's definitely some rowing out there, although it's getting better, don't you think? So I'm having a really good time with my shawl. It's meditative. Indeed. And I'm appreciating throwing now. It's definitely, I'm still not comfortable with the tensioning, but I'm getting there. So yeah, it's pretty cool, I think anyway, that I'm using this project to teach myself something new, but nothing complicated. It's not a new skill that needs a lot of mind energy. It's just that repetitive, that ritual movement, and I'm enjoying it. And it's been giving this arm a break. I even cut my mats using my right hand. So I feel like because I'm left-handed, and most things are made for right-handed people, I feel like left-handed people have an easier time using their non-dominant hand than righties. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So that's my ritual shawl. I think some of my knitty friends are casting this on as well. I don't think there is a knit along for the ritual shawl. I looked on Marce's Instagram, not Instagram, Ravelry page, and I didn't see one. But I'm knitting it, and if you would like to knit it along with me, let me know. Comment below. Go take a look at it. I think, do I have a picture for you? No, I don't have a picture of the finished piece for you. Maybe I'll insert one if I remember during editing. So yeah, that's my dear Marce and her fabulous pattern. So that leads me into my next project, which is in the Marce bag. And this is kind of fun. I didn't realize this when I decided to do these two. Marce's project was not an impulsive cast on. I knew I wanted to do it. This one, however, is an impulsive cast on, and I blame my friend Just Joan Knits. Joan, one of my Monday morning friends. Again, I'm knitting throwing on this one too, so the tension's not so good, but whatever. Whatevs. So I have cast it on. You guys, I think majority of my videos, my hair is covered. I cover my hair quite often. I wear bandanas several times a week. So Joan, when she saw this pattern on the Instagrams, it immediately went onto Ravelry and gifted me this pattern. Joan, thank you very much. She told me I needed to make this, and she was correct. I cast on the Hat Dana by Denise, oh my gosh, Denise Bayron. Bayron Handmade on Instagram. This is it's called the Hat Dana, and it is basically, it's basically this, but with the triangle, and it's made out of wool, so in the winter I can wear my bandanas but be wearing a hat at the same time. It'll keep me toasty. So it'll cover my ears because it'll have the ribbed, a ribbed band. I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to make 1,000 of these. I did see on Denise's Instagram page that she is working on or has finished a fingering weight version, which is pretty cool. So I'll be casting that on. I would imagine this is going to be something I make quite often. Yeah. Because of the yarn that I picked, which is Liverpool Yarns. Liverpool Yarns is a company in Pennsylvania. and they use locally sourced wools for all of their yarn, and it's all undyed. It's all natural, or all organic, all small farm. So a really cool, I have to stop saying really cool, I think a company worth looking into. Their yarns are scrumptious. I've woven with this yarn. This is scrap from a project that I made about a year ago on my loom. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited about this one because I'm always excited about everything, aren't I? So check out Denise and her Instagram. Like I said, it's Bayron, B-A-Y-R-O-N, handmade on Instagram. Her Instagram feed to me is very inspiring. She's been on this journey of making her own clothes lately, and she's like, she has been sewing for a month and already has dresses out the wazoo. So some of you people just kill me with your talent. Okay, so the Hat Dana, why does that bring me into my next thing? What was I going to tell you about? Oh, I know why I was going to tell you about it. So I already know I'm casting on a second one because I want to invite you guys all. No, that's not why I'm inviting you. Hold on. Let's start over. The Hat Dana, I want to cast on in a cotton or a linen. I think it's definitely going to be linen, at least this first one. So I want to invite you guys to cast on a linen or cotton project with me for my new knit along that I want to stitch along. It's called a SAL, stitch along. Crochet, knitting, weaving, whatever, as long as it's fibery based using cotton and linen, please enter. So I'm going to be calling it the Summer Stitch Along, and the rules basically are pretty simple. You need to make a project using linen or cotton, or both. It could be a blend. Whips are welcome, so if you have something that you started 2 summers ago and you would really like to have it finished for this summer, cast it on. It will start Memorial Day, so we do have some time before you need to actually cast something on, but I will be talking about it now through then, just to get you guys all revved up for it. I will have a Ravelry group, or I will have a thread for it in the Frame and Fiber Ravelry group. There will be giveaways, because you know I love giveaways, and there will be just fun. So it'll be Memorial Day through July 1st, and the purpose of this is to get us all knitting with our cottons and our linens, and to have them finished this season so that we can actually wear it this summer. Like I said, whips are welcome, so you can start now if you want. However, so I want to show you some of the yarn that I have at the shop that I think would be great. I could not be more pleased with this yarn. It is so lovely. So it is 100% cotton, 100% organic cotton, I should say. BC Garn Elba. It is a fingering weight. I don't know how many plies this is. I can't really see. It's tiny. It's beautiful. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Yeah, so certified organic. The colors in, so this is from BC Garn. And the palette is incredible. I grabbed these 3 because I think they work well together. But honestly, I think I have 10 or 12 colors in the shop right now, and they are gorgeous, every one of them. Beautiful. So if you're looking to make something in a fingering weight cotton, that is for you. Cracking myself up. Let's stick with cottons. So next up, oh, I didn't tell you guys. I got some fuzz on this beautiful navy, and now it looks ugly. Ew, why did you do that, dummy? You should have put it in a plastic bag. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm excited to announce that I am carrying Quince & Co. linen and cotton yarns at my shop. Not yet carrying their wools, although I'm hoping one day that they will accept my humble little store as one of their stockists. If you guys would like to see Quince & Co.'s entire line of yarn at my shop, send them a note and tell them that your local yarn shop needs to carry their yarn. So this is Quince & Co. Wimbrel. Gosh, those are pretty. I love them so much. This is a worsted weight cotton. Quince & Co. uses a cotton, they call it cleaner cotton. It is derived, I think it's all grown in California. Yeah, grown, spun, and dyed in the US. And it uses a different type of cotton than the fast fashion industry. It's better for the environment and it's better for sustainability, which I guess that is better for the environment. And I think it also supports smaller businesses, smaller farms. So it's beautiful. Worsted weight cotton, yo. Is that all my cotton? No, I've got one more. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. This is the, pardon, other Quince & Co. cotton. This is Willet. And this is a sport weight. Holy mackerel, that's pretty. There's a pattern that is written for this. It's a cute little baby sweater called Little Willet, I think is what it's called. A sport weight pattern. Oh my gosh, sorry, my brain's not working. But I think that little palette right there is so pretty. So yeah, I have all of these Quince colors in the shop. I cannot put Quince on my Etsy just because one of the requirements of being a stockist for Quince is we're not allowed to sell their products online. You can only order online from Quince directly. So that said, if I do have a colorway that you're looking for, you can hit me up and I can definitely you know, PayPal you or whatever, but it won't be listed in my shop. So those are all of the cottons. And then I've got a cotton and linen blend from Kelborn Woolens. It is their Mojave line of yarns. Dang, this colorway is, I have to say, it is really fun putting 3 colors of cotton together. All of these cottons and linens, these palettes are really nice. Look at those colors together, holy mackerel. So those are Mojave from Kelborn Woolens. This is a sport weight 40 linen 60 cotton. Yep. And it is really pretty. I made my, oh shoot, I didn't bring it home with me. I had a finished object to show you. I'll insert a video here of it. But I made my Piper's Journey, which came out incredible in this yarn. Piper's Journey is a shawl written by Paula Emmons Feasley of the Knitting Pipeline audio podcast and the Knitting Pipeline video like extras podcast. She's also the host of my Knitting Pipeline retreat that I go to in the fall, and she's a lovely human being. Yeah, so that was a lovely knit. I would recommend that pattern for this knit along for sure in any of these weight. Like this is a sport weight. Oh, sorry, my nose is going nuts. That's a sport weight cotton linen blend. And then we're back to Quince for my linens for the summer. So I have, this is Kestrel. Oh, it's really loud. Kestrel is a worsted weight 100% organic linen from Quince & Co. Beautiful yarn. It's made in Italy and it is beautiful. So we've got worsted weight, and then we have fingering weight. Their sparrow yarn. Their linens are beautiful. So my friend Tracy, who on the Instagram is Tracy Hennick, she has knitted a bunch of sweaters with the linens, the quince linens. And she made, I forget the name of the pattern. It's one of Quince's patterns, written by Pam Allen. Oops. Oh, look how pretty that is. So that's sparrow. But they really, once they're washed up and tumbled in the washing machine or the dryer, they really are, the washing machine, sorry, washing machine. It really softens up and it is a lovely, drapey, gorgeous bit of fiber. So those are the linens and the cottons that I will have in the shop for the summer stitch along. Like I said, I hope you will join me. I will in the next few weeks, oh, my nose, all the fiber. The next few weeks I will definitely post more about the summer stitch along, kind of give some examples of patterns that I think you would like to knit with them, more about the yarns that I have at the shop, all that kind of stuff. So join me, won't you? It's so much more fun to knit along with you guys. I have all that yarn in my New Jersey wool lock bag. Oh my goodness gracious. Whoa. I think that's it for today, guys. I did want to talk about a few other things, but I think we've chatted enough for this one, and it just means I'll have to come back sooner rather than later to chat with you again about some of the other things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so that's it for this one. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely week. I hope if you're going to be in Maryland that I get to see you, and if you're not going to be in Maryland, I'll see you here next time. Bye guys, take care and happy making. Are you ready for dinner? Huh? Are you ready? Really? You don't say. I sound like an asshole. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of editing. Shoot.